Okay, check out what I did. I was going to pull the tractor out and try to pull the chain drag with the tractor, but of course the tractor's got a dead battery. I don't feel like jumping it, so I threw the chain drag onto the back of the buggy. We got it in four-wheel drive, and I just bungeed some weights onto the back of this to make these spikes dig down deeper into the ground. Now there's a lot of dirt showing here. If you can see that, it's all dirt, but I just want to really loosen it up before I throw the seeds down. I got a bag of soybeans and buckwheat that I want to throw in here, half and half. That should be enough to do it all, but let's see if this thing can even pull this. It can pull the chain drag with nothing on it, but it just kind of just bounces along on the ground. So we threw some weights on there. Let's see what happens. There's two passes here on the right. Working on the third pass right here. But up here where I used the ground hog, you can really see the difference. Like right here, let me stop for a second, you can see. Like see right there? It's almost like it's disked. And I'm gonna do it right here in front of us. I think it's really working. All right, I just want to show you this half. All that's done one time, and here's what's left to do right here. It's actually working. You can see where the dead grass is there. I made two passes right here, and all that's done down there. So in 5 minutes, I'll be done this, and I'm gonna go over it again, and look at this. It's almost like this stuff's been disked up really nice. You can see all the deer tracks. When I'm done this, I'm gonna spread that seed. Tomorrow it's supposed to start raining. So we gotta get this done and then the back field done. And the back field's probably 4 times as big as this. And it's already 6 o'clock at night, so we gotta keep moving. All right, I got the solo spreader, and I'm gonna put the soybeans on the low side of the hill, and I'll put the buckwheat on the top, thinking that the buckwheat's a little hardier. Maybe it can withstand a dryer on top of the hill. But this turned out, this looks good. Look at this. That's without a tractor. That's me just using the buggy and the chain drag with some weights on it. Now down the other end here, there's more thatch because it's never been disked at all. Just round up. I did put lime out on this, so it's got lime on it. But this is just dirt. Now, this side's just dirt. The chain drag with those weights on it, that works. Well, we'll see if it grows here, but right now this field looks like it's actually plantable. So let's pour this in here and get started. This is brand new. So this is one thing that I did buy new. because I had a little hand spreader and that would have never worked to do all this. Find the middle, start in the middle, work our way down. Checking out the spreader here, I got this open-ended hook to the top up here, and it's on my neck, and as I'm walking it's kind of bouncing like this. And on the instructions, like I tightened it all the way up. On the instructions it said to connect it to the bottom of the spreader down here. But I think it's supposed to go like that. Now that makes more sense. It ain't moving now. Before it was like bouncing on my neck. So you just hook it underneath like this and behind your shoulder if you have one of these hard ones. And now it's a one-handed operation, Chumpy. So that works out better. So this is 20 pounds, and 20 pounds just did all of this except for one line coming back up, but I'm going to refill and put more out. All right, the beans are done. I just poured what was left back in the bag ready to get the buckwheat. Soybeans on the bottom, buckwheat on the top, and I'm debating on dragging the chain over it again to get it in there, but I feel like the last time I did it and I dragged the chain over the seed, anywhere there was a hump, the chain just took out all the seeds off every hump because it's not a perfectly flat field here. So I'm thinking about taking off the chain drag and just driving over it with my wheels, because I'm out here spreading it and the birds are circling me. They're already trying to come down and eat these seeds, but let's take a look and see what this looks like. All right, so here's the buckwheat side. It actually looks like pepper, like little pepper flakes all on the ground. If you can see the little black dots everywhere, that's buckwheat. And it's on there. And it actually looks good. The buckwheat actually fell all the way down in there. But look at the soybeans. You can see these soybeans from stinking 20 yards away. Like, these beans are laying right on top of the surface. All those white little circles are the soybeans. And I know that soybeans will grow better if they're drilled in, but we'll call this a poor man's plot. No, we won't. There's no such thing as a poor man's food plot. This stuff ain't cheap. Doing all this stuff is not cheap, so there ain't no poor about it. But I think I'm gonna drive over everything. Look at it all. Man, by tomorrow, the birds they'll be up at the crack of dawn eating all these seeds right off of here. There'll be 500 crows in here, flocks of blackbirds. So yeah, let's, look, the dog's ready to go. Let me disconnect all this chain and the weights, and we're just gonna drive over the whole thing with the wheels of the buggy like a cultipacker and see if we can smash this stuff down in there. What do you think, Doug? Thumbs up? Good job? All right. That's it. After running it over with the buggy, I still see them. There's some underneath the dirt. Here's a big pile of them right here. But I'll tell you, I think it smashed a lot of them in there. It might work. I'm quite sure the birds are going to get some of them, but you could see all the tire tracks. Now, you don't see the lines from the chain anymore. It's flat. This sucker is flat. So That's about all we can do. I'll come back and put some fertilizer on it if I see him coming up, but we gotta move on and hit the other field. We ain't got much time. The sun's about to go down, so we gotta hurry up. But we're gonna call this done. Let's head out to the other one. All right, here we are in the back field here. Man, I'm really hoping I can get this done. It looks good though. Pretty much everything is dead. And this thing worked. We're going to keep moving here, but check out the clover. Wow. Now I hit it with that spray that killed grass. And most of the grass is gone. There's some tall broadleaves. I'm not sure what they're called. Purple something. Some kind of weed. It's a broadleaf though, but the clover is... Look at this. That's nice. I still have some of that spray left, so I'm going to come back and hit this again, just this clover area here. I got to watch out for fawns back here. It looks okay. There is a lot of grass in there, dead grass, thatch. So I think with this one, I only did the first third because there's a big ditch that runs down the middle of the field, and the actual bigger part of the field's on the other side of the ditch there, back there. So, but this area here that's about all I can do. It's almost dark. I got to get that other side done. So I'm going to spread this as fast as I can. And I think because there is so much grassy material in here, I think I'll just drag the complete drag over it. And it's bumpy. I mean, this really does need to be plowed back here because there's so many bumps and ditches and holes, and it's really not a flat field back here. This field hasn't been used in such a long time, but it is totally surrounded by mountains, like woods all around it. And the deer just come down here like crazy. As a matter of fact, right here at this feeder, I got my camera here. Last year, one of the big sheds that we dropped was from a buck with a ripped, I think his right ear was ripped, and he's back. And he's back, and his antlers are already looking good. I'll stick a clip in here of that big buck standing here if I can find the pictures. They won't be high def. They'll just be the thumbnails that the camera sends to my phone, but you'll see him, and he's already back. So if we can get some kind of food source here for him for hunting season, it would be great, because here in Pennsylvania, 30 days before hunting season, you can't have any food here. So if there's no food here, they're gone. And people around here probably bait illegally, whatever. Who knows what people do, but if there's another food source out here, they're going to it. So a food plot, if we can keep them here as late as possible towards hunting season, the better. All right, I got all the crap right here. Right, Dougie? How's it look? Good? Yeah, Dougie says yes. All right, let me get this spread. All right, down to the wire. It's almost dark. We got it all done. Kind of rushed the back a little bit back there, but I think it looks pretty good. So this is broadcasting seeds without a disc, a drill. We'll see how it turns out, but for now it looks pretty good. Well, that worked out pretty good. Got all the seeds in last night right at dark, and first thing this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, it's raining. And it's not a heavy downpour. It's just like a nice steady rain. So that's perfect, so that those seeds don't wash off. This is day 3. After I planted, we got like 2 days of solid rain. This is a real mud hole here, and I ran over these soybeans with the buggy, but you can see them. Some of them look like they're in there. Some just look like they're just laying on top. I'm kind of worried if they'll germinate or not, but you can see them. It looks like white pebbles everywhere here. So I guess this is going to be an experiment to see if broadcasting soybeans will grow just by throwing them right on top of the soil, just like this. See, some of them are actually into the ground. That one is. This one's kind of buried halfway. That one just laying on top. So some are actually in the dirt. None of them are buried though. None of them are actually completely buried. So I don't know. This is going to be iffy. Now, that's the bottom half. This top half was all the buckwheat. And I can barely see any buckwheat left here. Oh, here's some here. A lot of this stuff here's some on top of the surface. But a lot of them are in the ground. I don't think I'm worried too much about this buckwheat. They just the rain just smacking down on the dirt kind of like made the buckwheat contact the soil. It's just those big soybeans that are the ones that are iffy. But we'll see. We'll have to come back and check on this, I don't know, in 2 weeks. We'll see what happened.